like, what do I do? I'm like, I felt so bad. I'm like, oh no. I just walked away because I didn't want to be like, yeah, he stole it. What is going on, guys, gals, and non-binary pals? Welcome back to episode 8 of the podcast. We hope you guys had a phenomenal week. How you feeling, baby?
I'm feeling okay.
Feeling all right?
Yeah.
Yeah? Good
Yeah.
day for you?
Yeah, I've been off for the last couple days, so it's been kind of nice, kind of relaxing, and made it through this holiday weekend, so it was very nice.
What's it like having a couple days off back to back?
It's awesome. You should try it sometime.
I'd love to. Maybe one of these days I will give it a shot.
Yes.
But until then, we've had a lot of stuff going on lately. Work's been pretty good. We've been kind of getting busier throughout the week. Some days slower, some days have been busier, but all in all, can't complain. You know, we're trucking along at work. You know, my waitresses are being a pain in the butt, but it's okay. Love you, girls. Hi. But we are getting ready for another trip in the next month. We got our anniversary coming up in a week and a half.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Sheesh, 1 year. One year that you put up with this stupid dude.
1 year.
Man, how did you make it through this 1 year?
I don't even know. No, it was pretty simple.
For the fact that you actually have to stop and be like, I don't even know.
I don't even know.
The fact that you said that and didn't even think about it first hurt my feeling.
A little bit.
Just my one feeling.
Just one.
Well, you can't have more than one,
Oh, I see. No, it's been a good year. A lot of ups and downs, lots of changes in our lives, but
good changes though.
yeah, wouldn't have it any other way.
Absolutely.
So it's awesome.
That's the best thing about marriage is you learn how to you learn from each other, you learn how to be a better person from each other and with each other. So that's the best part about it, I think.
Yeah. We're still learning. We're still growing.
Of course. And you know what though? I would rather learn than live in a life together where we're just both just miserable.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean? It's just not worth it at that point,
Yeah.
So awesome. Here's a question for you.
Oh no.
Why do you say that? Like you make it seem like all the questions I've asked have been bad questions.
Yeah, okay.
They're not horrible.
Okay.
If you had to think of the pettiest thing in the world you've ever done, what do you think the pettiest thing ever would have been?
I don't know.
No?
I don't know.
Ooh.
I'll have to think about that one.
Because I know, for those of you that are watching, we usually do, obviously you guys know we do a lot of Am I the A-hole stories and stuff like that. But today we're going to be doing something a little different. We're going to be doing petty revenges.
Yeah.
So I was thinking what's the pettiest thing I've ever done in the pettiest world of pettydom? And I'm like, I don't think I've ever done anything super petty.
Yeah, nothing that I would actually write to Reddit about.
No, but even one of those things where it's okay, I feel like if it was work related, I would say the pettiest thing I've probably ever done was I remember one customer came in and they were like, "Oh, I purchased this meal." No one tell me, shh. We don't. This story is just for here, okay? But he came in. He's like, "I bought this meal and it's not what I ordered." And I was like, "Really?" I said, "Sorry, what did you order?" He's like, "I ordered 2 scrambled eggs with bacon, with cheese, and hash browns." And I opened it up. I'm like, "This is what this is, sir." He's like, "No, but I wanted my hash browns more well done, blah, blah." And I'm just like, "So you wanted them cooked more?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "So everything else is fine?" He's like, "Yeah." I said, "Okay." I said, "Well, what would you like?" He goes, "I want a whole new fresh order." "Sure, sir. I'll get right on that." So what do I do?
I don't know.
Walked into the back, sat there on my phone for 3.5 minutes.
Oh no.
Had the guys microwave it back up. I brought it. I said, "How is this?" "Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted." And he walks out.
There's been plenty of stories that have done the same thing where people ask for in drive-thrus coffee orders.
Oh, I love it.
Where they'll be like, "This isn't right," and they'll give it back.
I asked for 2 pumps of mocha. This is clearly just one.
And then the person will just pretend
to make another one or something and hand them back to sex.
Yeah. There's been plenty of those that I've read or have heard about, especially in
But it's like, come on, like you
those chains.
you expect me. It's like you obviously know we gave you the right order. It's a power thing.
Yeah, it is.
Like you're just doing it just to be like you want to have that power. It's like yeah, I got mad at someone today and I had him do exactly what I wanted. No, you didn't. If you think that, then you're as stupid as you are petty. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I don't know what it is about those petty little revenges that just kind of make you go,
Like,
okay,
suck
yeah.
on it.
Yeah. Like, oh, I don't really feel sorry for you
I
now.
know, but again, like it's like one of those things where I feel like, especially if you work in the food industry, it's like if you think someone's gonna make you an entirely new meal or get you a whole new drink, even though it's exactly what you ordered and it's the exact same thing that is in there, what gives you the right to be just rude about it? I don't get it. Like
I'll
there's
never
no
understand.
need. There's no need. There's no need to be rude. It's like now if it's like, oh, I ordered chicken, you gave me like beef. It's like, okay, that's completely not your fault then. You know what I mean? But it's like
That's completely the wrong order.
right. It's like this is genuinely not what I ordered. I actually ordered like a burger instead of like a chicken sandwich. Something like that. That's a completely different.
I mean,
story.
I've had that happen because I did before the job, like I have now. I did work at like
a sub shop.
a sub shop, and there has been times where people are waiting for like their order,
Yeah.
and you yell out a name and somebody grabs it and just goes. One time somebody grabbed the wrong order. Like
I've had that happen.
I yelled out like Bill, and this person's name was like completely different.
Like probably John or something. It's like
yeah,
what?
like David, like some completely different order, completely different food, blah, 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 blah. Things go on. He grabs the wrong order, walks out. Obviously, the other person doesn't have their food, so we remake theirs. And then the guy eventually comes back and was like, this isn't my food. And then I look at the receipt that's in the bag or the ticket. I go, is your name,
Such. It's like, no.
I'm like, you grabbed the wrong food.
It's like, then that was your fault. I called this person's name and you came up and grabbed it.
Yeah, I'm like
Like,
what?
stupid.
Like, what? Like, they're like, oh, we were supposed to get this, and this, or whatever. And again,
Wasn't even close.
Wasn't even close. So I
Right.
looked through it and it was like, well, this is not what I got. And I'm like, but
Clearly.
I called this name and you
It's like,
grabbed
why,
the wrong.
Why did you say you were this person when you clearly weren't?
Yeah.
Like, see, but now what makes me upset
Yeah.
is like I've had times where it's like I have customers come in. It's like, oh, I'm picking up an order for like Michael, but
There's
but the person that called before like that, like it's like it'd be like a wife or girlfriend or that ordered for them, but they'll put their name instead of the person picking it up.
Oh, I see.
So like, oh, I'm picking up for Michael, and I'm like, we don't have a Michael. It's like, well, there was an order placed. Was it under a different name? No, I know it's this name. And I'm like, are you sure who placed the order? It's like, well, my girlfriend did. What's her name? Michelle. Well, we have an order for Michelle. Are you sure that's her name? It's like, yeah, well, then clearly that's the name she put it under, my guy.
Yeah.
It's like,
It happens. There's such like a weird miscommunication, but it's funny that like they clearly messed up and then you're the one that gets blamed for it.
right. It's like, how can you blame me for your mistake?
It just happens, and I feel like
it's just crazy.
Working in the food industry, even for just that short or like that, just length of the time, kind of gives you a new perspective and a new appreciation for when you do go in and everything goes right. You're like, oh, the small satisfaction of like, got my food, got it how I wanted, no problems, and able to sit and eat it perfectly fine.
And
it's just the small victories. And then when those little things like hiccups happen, sometimes even if my food is slightly wrong, I don't really want to complain.
I was just gonna say, you're the person that wouldn't send their food back though.
No,
like, it's like,
not really.
oh, like I ordered like a double cheeseburger and they gave me like like a chicken salad, a sandwich, or something like that. It's like, just take it. Just tell them to take it back. It's like, no, it's like, that's not what you ordered. Take it back.
If it's completely wrong, I might say something because it's like clearly not what I ordered. But if it's like a burger and they like I say like no like tomatoes or whatever and they put tomatoes on it, I'm not allergic to them.
Right. I mean,
clearly just pick them off myself, and it's like this is not like that big of a
something
deal.
like, in a case like that, I could totally understand. But like it would be like I think like one thing for me, it's like if I went to Buffalo Wild Wings and I ordered like honey barbecue and they gave me like Parmesan garlic. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like, that's not what I ordered, but I mean, I'll try it.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had that happen where like they like dropped off like a huge like plate of fries and they just walked away. We're just like, did you order fries? Like, no, I didn't. Who the hell ordered fries? Like, I don't know. And I'm like, do we eat them? It's like, well, we'll wait. And they're like, did someone drop off fries here? Yeah. It's like, you didn't order them, did you? No, but we haven't touched them. I guess just have them. I'm sure, right?
It happens so like
Very rarely.
and I would say like most of the places we've been to, I've never really had to complain.
I don't think so either. I mean, I
No.
think we just have pretty good luck around what we've experienced in restaurants and stuff like that. So that's pretty awesome.
But again, like there's certain things where even if it is wrong or it like you just need like a little something, asking nicely goes a long way, and they rather you just ask nicely, and they would be happy to accommodate you or
Right.
change your order or like get you the thing that you actually need.
And that's the thing too, and that's the thing I tell a lot of people. It's
Mhm.
like, especially if you're going into a restaurant or any kind of food industry, it's like respect your server and respect the people that are making your food.
Yeah.
Because I've seen firsthand people like have spat in food and sneezed in food, and it's like nasty. That's
Yeah.
nasty. But
And again, I feel like people could say, "Wow, that's gross." Like no one would ever do that. I have a feeling it's more common than what you think it
Oh, yeah.
probably is.
oh yeah,
Yeah, I would.
I can't say
I'm sure.
I can't say I know anyone that has done it.
I have. I
But I know for a fact that it happens.
Yeah, I can say
there's-
that I don't have personal experiences from it,
Right.
which is good. I'm glad. I'm
Yeah.
glad I don't have personal experience from that.
Oh, me too. And again, I think what a lot of people don't understand is like, just because you are yelling and shouting and you're being rude will not make your food come out faster.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? I think the biggest thing too is like when people order food and it's like piping hot food, like it'll be like a hot sandwich, and they take it and they'll be sitting at their table for like 2 extra hours, leave, and then call back like 10 minutes later. Like, my food is all soggy. It's like, what do you expect? You've been sitting at the same table for 2 hours after you got your order. It's like, what do you think was going to happen? It's not going to stay nice and hot and fresh. Like,
Yeah.
it's been sitting in a container for 2 hours. What do you expect? Like, I don't know. I feel like some customers nowadays just don't understand what it means to be a server, a cook, or anything in the food industry. And the ones that like don't tip well, like they'll tip like $5 on like a $200 check. It's like, you clearly would never worked in the food industry in your life before.
Yeah, I agree, and I'm just so surprised sometimes how mad people get because going from a food industry like part-time job to the medical field, I'm like looking back, I'm like people are mad over a sandwich.
It's wild.
Sandwich.
Literally.
It is so wild to me. Even like going to get coffee in the morning every once in a while. Very rarely. Like, but the amount of commotions that I've heard
For a cup of coffee.
for a cup of coffee.
It's insane.
And I'm
dude.
like, do you guys have nothing better to do than
some
complain
people
about
don't.
a cup of coffee? Like, it's just the amount of appreciation I have for people that work in those kind of industries, and then going into the medical field and seeing people complain about actual issues. People, when they're in a hospital, they're usually hurt or sick or even dying. Like, it could be a very serious issue. Going in for surgery, we don't know.
And even then, they don't even complain. It's like they're finally getting help.
Yeah, I've had people that I've like come across, patients, and most of them are probably some of the sweetest people I've ever met, and they could be going through something very serious. I don't know unless they say something to me, but it's just like a weird appreciation where they'll be like, "Thank you," and I'm like, what?
For what?
Yeah,
It's
for
like, what? That's
for
weird.
what? Doing my job? Question mark. No, and some people have like thanked us about certain things. Other coworkers from different parts of the hospital have thanked us for doing what we need to do in order to help them so that they can do their job.
Right.
So it's it's definitely different. Definitely a different appreciation of seeing one thing and then seeing another and being like, wow, like sometimes people have their priorities in the wrong place. And sometimes I think knowing that and then seeing it after you're out of the food industry, it's kind of like, man,
Like, dang.
man, like what if like you kind of are able to kind of get past it a little bit more now.
Yeah.
I've definitely been like, yeah, I tip a little bit more. Tip better. Not that I've actually tipped bad before, actually.
No,
Oh,
but again, like you have more of a newfound respect and you know, like love for people that like that give you your food or drinks, and they're
Yeah.
like, especially ones that like give it to you with a smile and they're like
Oh,
actually
yeah.
genuine about it. Especially when you give them a tip, like even when we go to Starbucks,
Oh,
the
yeah.
thing, we go to the same location every time we get our drinks, and it's like we always tip them like $5, $6, $7, and they're just like, really? It's like you can tell that they don't get that kind of love often. So it's like when someone tips them a good tip, it's like whoa, like it throws them off.
Yeah, it does throw them off. And again, do we go there all the time? No, it's like a treat.
Yeah, once every couple weeks we'll go there, but it's like again, it's
Not
like
even like it. Well, I guess it depends on the month.
but it depends on if we're like, yo, like we gotta deserve this one.
Yeah,
I need a strawberry latte with lemonade.
it depends on the month or the week, because we could have a really bad week and be
It's
like,
we need Starbucks. Let's just go to Starbucks real quick. We
Yeah.
need some. We just need to take a drive somewhere, grab a drink, and just chill.
yeah,
But now, if we really want a sweet treat, we get boba. High five.
true.
Yes. But yes, tip your waitresses and waiters. Tip anyone that waits on you. Tip them well. Minimum 15%. Because I swear to God, for those that leave $2 on a freaking $30 check, you guys are killing me. I'm not a server, but you are killing me and you're killing my waitress. Stop it. Anyway.
No, I don't really have any petty revenges except I don't even have.
No.
Not really.
We'll get one out of you at some point. One day you're gonna come home and be like, honey, you're not gonna believe it. Like, what'd you do? It's like, I had a petty revenge.
Or I'm gonna remember one.
Yes, one of the two.
It's gonna be one of the two. Like either I had one, or it's gonna be like, oh, this is something that I've done. It is what it is.
Well, speaking of petty revenges, obviously we're gonna be doing this for this next episode. We're gonna be doing some petty revenge stories. We've got a couple here. Some of them are pretty fun. It's a lot of them are actually hysterical. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, we chose some just I would say more on the funny side, or
It's like,
short
ooh.
ones. I would say short ones, because sometimes petty revenges they could be a story. I've read some that are well worth the read, but sometimes they are long. But we wanted some short, sweet, to the point ones that we can just give to you guys.
And there are some that like I'm like rereading. I'm just like,
Yeah.
something I would do.
Yeah, and it begs the question, if after we read this, because these are just petty revengers, there are other posts that are like pro revenge.
Ooh.
Which none of these are. These are all just petty revenges. But yeah, there are other subreddits that have even like a bigger like revenge status than just this, which is amazing.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
You'd be very surprised.
I'm not really surprised at all.
Well, let's see what we got here. Okay, we'll start with this one because this one just seems kind of funny.
Okay.
So this petty revenge was posted 6 months ago. It says, roommate stole my washcloths, so I decided to let her to steal one more. Devil smiling face.
Devil smiley face.
So this is how it starts. My freshman year, I had the most inconsiderate roommate who would stay up all night talking loudly, would eat my food, etc. Oddly, my washcloths that I used to wash my face would go missing. Like, I think I lost 3 or 4 throughout the semester. I thought someone was taking them, but I had no idea where to. Well, come the end of the semester, we were clearing out the bathroom cabinets to move out, and what did I find shoved in the far back corner of the cabinet? My washcloths, which were covered in orange foundation. Clearly evidence from my one rude roommate. She wore so much foundation every single day. I was super annoyed because I had to keep buying more washcloths to replace the ones that she had stolen. Well, smiley face. I decided to use one of my other washcloths and clean the disgusting bathtub with it. I'm talking ring of shampoo, dirt, hair everywhere, etc. I was planning to just throw it away afterwards, but I decided to hang it up and let it dry, in the same place I would hang my washcloths for my face.
Oh no.
The next day, the washcloth I had used for the tub was covered, and you guessed it, orange foundation. The look on her face when I told her, no regrets. That's just the no regrets.
You're right. No, again,
That's terrible. Oh no.
I think it's genius. I love it. I think it was just like perfect. Like she didn't confront her because she knew she would lie about it. I
Of
mean,
course.
obviously they just kept going missing and she's just like, you know what, whatever, I'll just buy my own. But once she figured it out and just like, I mean, even still, like she was even cleaning the bathroom before they moved out.
Yeah.
Like I feel like this is probably just like a normal thing. You just like clean up
Clean up
after
everything before you leave, before the next group of freshmen move in and stuff. Yeah.
So I have a feeling it was just like a normal thing. But the fact that she just like left it there because she knew that possibly she didn't say, like, this is the thing. She never told the roommate don't touch it, but she also knows that like this is a specific like washcloth only this roommate uses. Like it's just brilliant. I think it's hilarious. No regrets. Like,
But my thing is though, it's like
great. It's
okay.
fantastic.
But here's
I
my
don't know.
thing. Like obviously I'm sure, once I'm not sure how. I don't use washcloths personally. I may have years ago when I had like really bad acne, but like I haven't used them in a long time. So it's like for me, like I would use them, but I would like I would wash them in a laundry machine. Like I wouldn't just like rinse them out, wring them out, and just let them dry. Like
I think it probably depends. It depends on what kind of probably like material that they are. Different material probably have like a different washing and drying method. So some of the ones that you probably use were probably common ones that you could probably just throw in the washing machine and it would just wash with the rest of the towels. This one could be like one of those special like fabrics that you
like
probably
microfiber or something.
that you could probably like wash in the sink and then hang it up to dry. So that way every morning you have
ready to go.
Yeah, like.
But my thing is also too, it's like at the same time, it's like no offense, like to you or anybody in my family, but it's like if I had a washcloth for my face, I wouldn't want it. Like, why would you want to use my washcloth?
I don't know. That's
like
the thing.
That's what it's like. Especially it's like this is a roommate. You don't even like
know
personally know this person. Like, why? It's like.
They could, but most of the time, like you just get paired up with like random people sometimes.
But that's what I'm saying. But obviously, like the OP was obviously clearly annoyed with this person, so I'm guessing they didn't enjoy this person. So they never really got they never really got to know them. But it's like still though, it's like I've seen like back in high school, I remember we like us guys in the locker room would share like Axe body spray because you rub it on you.
It's a spray, not
but like you're not gonna be like, yo, let me borrow your deodorant.
That's so weird.
That's disgusting. Like
that's
no.
So weird.
Like you wouldn't share your lip balm, you wouldn't share your deodorant. Why would you want to share someone's washcloth? Like
I don't know.
That's so gross. Like for what? I think that's nasty. To me, I couldn't do it. Like you couldn't pay me enough.
I could see her using like since she uses a lot of foundation. I could see her using like the wet ones, the disposable ones.
Yeah, to at least get it off your face and then wash your face afterwards.
Yeah, and you don't really need a washcloth in order to do that. You could just use use the disposable one, get majority of it off, and then do wash your face and then just get a regular towel and just like damp it off.
Yeah.
You don't technically need a washcloth in order to do that.
I don't know. To me, that's just, again, I as a male, I wouldn't really know how that all works. I mean, granted, you females probably use more washcloths and more face wipes than we do, clearly, but I mean, I don't know. Ladies, if there's a lot of ladies watching this, let us know. Would you let like a brother, a sister, or a friend use your washcloths? I couldn't, but let us know in the comments if you would, because I
feel like a lot of the answers are probably going to be like if they're clean. I don't think a lot of people would share just like a
Let me ask you this: would you let someone share your like makeup? Like use your same sponges and everything?
No.
Okay. That's kind of my point. Then it's like if you wouldn't let them do that, I don't think you'd want them to use your washcloth.
Like I don't like anybody now that I'm older, now that I'm like my makeup's my makeup, or like again, like my stuff is my stuff. I don't like anybody
using your stuff.
Yeah, like that's
no, I get
weird.
it. I get it. 100%.
I could see people like if they needed, like if we're the same tone, using my foundation, but it's because I'm not like I pour some foundation like on my hand. It's not like I'm dipping into my foundation.
Right.
If we're using like they're pouring it onto something and then using their own brush.
Of course.
Or
But
sponge,
that's what I'm saying.
That's something like, okay, I could see that being shareable. And actually something that like we could do as still clean kind of ish. Like it's still something that we're able to do. That's like an exception of the rule. But like using the same sponge and we're still doing makeup, that's a fine line though. I don't like that. Just use your own sponge. Just use your own stuff. Especially when you're sharing a room with roommates you don't know.
Exactly.
You just never know.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Good for that person though.
Good for that person.
Good for that person.
No regrets.
No.
Not even a single letter. If you know the movie, put it down in the comments.
Funny.
Okay. Well, let's see what else we got here. We got a couple stories for you guys today. So we're not gonna be stuck on just one or two. So we got a couple for you guys.
Try to do shorter ones so we can get through a little bit more.
Get through a few more, kind of get more stuff to talk about. Here's another one. So this one was 2 years ago. This is it's a little longer, but I think it'll be good. Title is Trying to Buy a House from the Most Entitled Couple I Have Ever Met. Okay, so this one's pretty good. Years ago, we decided to move closer to my parents. The housing choices were slim, but we found a Wow.
You got this.
I've never even heard of that word before. Dilapidated? Here we go. Dilapidated house close by. It looked like it needs lots of work and seemed overpriced for the area, say around $200,000. We organized a viewing to decide on it and brought my very practical dad with us for a second opinion. The viewing was conducted by the owners, and from the very beginning, they were quote unquote off. They'd never sold the house before. We were the first people to view it, and they actually said to us during the viewing they were doing us a favor for offering us their hoarder's paradise house at such a great price. We told them that we wanted to move closer to my parents, and I think they assumed we were desperate. We got home and had to think about it, and the next day offered the agent a price below the asking price, which we believed to be suitable for its condition. Hours later, the agent calls back and says that the owners are going to pray on it for a week, then give us an answer. FYI, this time span is unheard of in my country, and answers are usually given within a day. A week later, they decline our offer. We offered the agent another $2,000. The agent calls back and apologetically tells us the sellers refuse to give us an answer yet because A, they haven't even started looking for a house themselves yet, and B, the owners believe they can sell it for more. Excuse me, they can sell it for more than the asking price now, so they will get back to us when they are ready, and we'd have to wait. So we just rescinded our offer. A month later, we find a house in the same area with a lot less work needed and only at $180,000. Our offer through the same agent was accepted, and we moved in 4 months later. During this time, the agent calls us and says the entitled sellers have found a house now and would like to offer us their house at the original asking price. We obviously declined. I was interested in the progress of the old house. The sale sign had not moved, so I chatted to the agent. He told me when we were the only offer in 6 months, and these people had been in an absolute nightmare from the start. They expected the agent to pay for cleaners ready for the viewings and wouldn't take any advice to help the sale. Remember, this is like a hoarder's house. He also said that they'd recently put a deposit on a house against his advice before selling theirs, so now the old house is going up for auction because they needed the cash. I instantly called my dad. He was looking for a property for my sister and had already seen the house. He was interested. So off we popped to the auction house on the day and bid for it. The owners were in the room and hadn't noticed us yet. When the hammer went down, my dad owned the house for $110,000. He signed up the sale and paid the deposit just as the previous owners came into the office. Their faces were a picture. I gave them a shit-eating grin and left.
So basically, they paid like half.
Literally almost half what they wanted for that house, and they said they can get more than $200K for it. Oh, I can taste the delicious pettiness in that one. It's so good. It's so delicious.
I don't think I put the comments in there, but I think I was reading in the comments that people are like, they said 110, but don't forget it was at an auction. So the auction probably gets a percentage, and they said it's probably around 10%.
Usually. So they probably got like 120, it's probably like 120, 121,000 for it. But still, that's.
No, like it was auctioned off at 110, so the auction gets 10% of that.
Oh,
from
gotcha.
Probably the sale of the house.
Okay, so basically they paid like 100K for that. So they literally paid half.
Yeah,
bruh.
And then I think there was like he was like saying
there's probably other fees and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's typical for an auction.
But yeah,
dude,
like so
can
then
you imagine?
Oh my goodness!
Like seeing who you sold the house to, and it's the same people that were trying to buy it for like
probably way more.
Probably around like $180,000.
Yeah, probably like the same amount that they probably bought their current house for.
And it's like, dude, like I would have been like, nah, you gotta leave. It's like, sorry, I'm trying to get the deed to your house that you just sold, sucker.
Well, and then there's nothing they could do about it because they
already put it up and it's already been signed over. So,
and he already put down the deposit for the house and everything. Like, technically, it wasn't her; it was her dad. So
that's so. Dude, that's so funny though. Like, I can only imagine the face. Like if that was me, I'd be like, remember like the cartoon version of the Grinch when his like smile got really big? That in my face when they walk in. It's like you just see it slowly turning. Like yeah.
Sometimes like it just shows that like people just like, I don't know, shoot themselves in the foot. Is that like an expression?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
They
like they had an offer, they could have made money, and they decided to just screw themselves over. And it's like that's your own fault, dude. You shot yourself in the foot. You could have gotten more. You could have gotten almost twice the amount of money, and you decided not to.
Yeah.
Like, that's your own fault, you know.
That's insane. Know. But yeah, I thought it was a good story just for that simple ending as well.
Yeah, no, that's. I mean, I don't feel bad for them because it's like you clearly did this to yourself. Like if you weren't so entitled, then you wouldn't fine. But
and it sounds like that family was willing to work with them because they did offer them a couple different
like numbers, but
yeah,
it wasn't enough.
Yeah,
So that just goes to show, stop being entitled.
And trust me, buying a house is. Well, in our country, I would say, is no fun task. It takes, I feel like months.
It took us a couple of months. It did. Actually, 3 months?
I feel like by the time you find it.
I was going to say, by the time we found the house, by the time we negotiated, by the time we did the viewings, by the time we kind of like figured out if the house is worth for us, can we afford it? Like.
Yeah, it's just like all that, the paperwork, the inspections, like.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Especially so if there's any of you guys and gals out there that are looking to buy a home, just really consider the cost of everything. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people, I know, especially in our case too, we did think about other expenses, like, utilities like electric, gas, internet, groceries, car insurance, home insurance, other like I guess entertainment stuff. So for me to be like video games, computer parts.
For me, student loans.
You know what I mean. So car payments. We both have a car payment too. You need to make sure that you always take that stuff into account because you might think, oh hey, like example, we put like 20% on this like $300,000 house and mortgage is going to be like $2,000 a month. Yeah, we got this. It's like,
excuse me.
No, you're good. So if you're gonna $2K a month on the mortgage, plus maybe like, let's say minimum like $150 for electric, maybe like $50 to $100 in gas, depending on your region. You might use more electric for AC or more gas for heat, depending on whatever it is. It'll flip flop. You figured $100 a month for internet, and you figure car payments, food, gas, and all that stuff. It all adds up. Like
It does.
you might be paying $2,000 to live in your house, but you're also paying another like $2,000 more to do other things just to live in the house comfortably. So,
yeah, it does take a lot. Like, I don't think us, when we were buying our first house, this is our first house, I didn't think it would take so much paperwork.
oh my God, the paperwork.
The paperwork was insane. But once you get past it, once you find the right place, it's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've owned a house before, like, you know, I feel like it gets easier. You kind of have an idea of like, okay, they need this, this, and this. You kind of have it ready. Whereas us, because it was our first, we had no idea.
Yeah,
we had no idea.
Buyers, so we were going in
Blind
basically. You know, and obviously, you know, we're adult. We're trying to be adults. We're trying to like learn ourselves what to do. Obviously, we did ask questions if we had them from our parents. We'd be like, hey, like, what does this mean? Like, we did, but for the most part, we were just trying to be adults. We were just trying to figure it out ourselves. We did have a good agent though. He did help us out a lot. He specialized in like first time home buyers, so he was really cool. The only thing that really stinks was the interest rate we got locked into, but
I mean, but
that's
at the time,
right. It was like we didn't have a choice in the matter. It was at like
Yeah.
so at 6.2 or something like that percent.
yeah, at the time, it's not the best, but it's also not the worst because I think right now it's at like 7 or 8.
I think it's like 8 right now, which is
Yeah.
crazy to even think about. Even though like what I think like I want to say anyone that's like if you guys, you know, if your parents are paying off a mortgage still or something, I'm sure they're probably locked in at like a 3 or 4% like interest
Maybe
rate.
even 2.
Maybe even 2 if
some
they're
people
lucky. Yeah.
have like that too. But yeah, I'm glad we got locked in when we did because of the fact that like
They like went up like within like we bought our house in October of 2022.
yeah.
Like sure enough, like I think it was like January of 2023, it spiked up to like 7.5, like right, like within 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, it
That's
was
insane.
It was insane. I don't know if it's gonna go down anytime soon. I think it's just gonna go up for a while.
It usually just
And
goes
then
up.
I have a feeling it might start going back down, but it gives us time to maybe think about refinancing once it comes back down and
Yeah.
hopefully lower than what we have right now.
Right.
But that's a whole nother rabbit hole we could go into.
Go down later. But you guys,
Yeah.
refinancing definitely is a thing. You do have to pay costs for it unless the bank you're refinancing with, or if you find another bank that is willing to refinance, you can obviously go through them. They're offering you a lower interest rate, but sometimes they do offer closing costs. You have to pay closing fees and other fees that go within it because you have to like kind of like pay back like the difference in like the cost of the difference of the percentage you're getting and stuff like that. It's a whole big thing, but
It's a big thing.
but if you find a good bank that's like willing to pay your closing costs, then I would say go for it.
Yeah.
But that's a whole different thing.
That's a whole
We're not financing people. We're just doing what we're
No.
just telling you guys what we know.
That's a whole rabbit hole that we don't technically know
Yeah,
very well. We're still learning.
learning.
We are still learning, just like many other people
Absolutely.
out there, learning and trying to find or buying their new first home,
Starter homes.
starter homes, just home in general. So
So if any friends or family out there that are looking for your very first home, you have any questions, we got you.
no, I don't got
Okay,
anything.
I got you.
He's probably got you way better than I would.
That's okay.
It's okay.
She was great moral support, 100%.
I did have my paperwork
You did. High five.
like crazy.
Yes,
Like
you did.
he's like, "Oh, you need this, this, and this." I was like, "Next day,
Boom.
here you go." Him, on the other hand,
Listen, it's not my
my
fault.
troublemaker of a partner.
Oh, excuse me. First of all, I am not a troublemaker. Okay, I am a problem solver. Okay, you need to watch your tone.
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
There
you go. I'm like a 5-year-old but with adult money.
Okay. All right. What else
But
we got?
I got another one that's pretty funny. So this one was from 5 years ago.
Okay.
The title is "Bully My Girlfriend at Work?" ? Good luck getting hired at my company.
Oh.
So this one's kind of interesting. So here's how it starts. I'm a 26-year-old man that works as a program coordinator at my company. We are a 1,000 person team that focuses on supporting the military with defense contracts. My girlfriend is 22 years old and works as a bartender while she's finishing up her final year of university. She's very sweet, shy, and makes me laugh every time we hang out. I love her so much. Aw. But one of her coworkers, Megan, is a complete ass to her when they work together. She cusses her out in front of diners, belittles her when she makes a mistake, reports every little infraction she makes to the general manager, etc. This woman is in her late 30s and still acting like a high schooler. My girlfriend has reported this behavior several times to management, but they just wave it off. Several nights she's cried into my shoulder talking about how badly she wants to quit as I reassure her that Megan is trash and she doesn't deserve being treated that way. One afternoon I came into the restaurant while my girlfriend was working the bar. Sure enough, Megan was also there along with another young guy. The young guy and I are talking about our career goals when he asks what company I work for. Defense contract company, I respond. Oh, hey, Megan just applied there, right? He says, turning to Megan, didn't you apply for for this defense contracting company? They obviously like redacted the name.
Yeah.
Yes, Megan replies, not making eye contact with me. Oh, what position? I ask. A warehouse one, she answers. Me and my own internal thoughts. That's all I needed.
Oh, man.
That night, I asked my girlfriend what Megan's last name was, and the following morning, I immediately headed towards the warehouse manager's first thing in the morning. We maintained a good professional relationship. I informed them that a woman named Megan Blank had applied for some type of position under his department and warned him that she was prone to cause trouble. He thanked me for informing him, and I went about the rest of my day as normal. That was 2 months ago. Last I heard, Megan was still working as a bartender at my girlfriend's restaurant. I applaud her for trying to move up in the world. Maybe she's looking to get health benefits. Maybe bartending is getting to be too much as she ages. But I don't think anyone else deserves to suffer from her workplace attitude. I think she's exactly where she needs to be for the rest of her life. Smiley face.
Oh, my goodness. See, it just like pays to be nice to people. Because like it could have easily turned into like one of those situations where it's like, oh, like if they were friendly with each other, it could have been like, oh, this conversation could have been, oh, you work there? Oh, you're Megan. Like I've heard about you.
Yeah,
You're
like
my
I've heard nothing but
girlfriend.
great things about you. My girlfriend
Yeah.
talks very highly of you. Like where did you apply? Oh, I applied in the warehouse. Oh, you know what? Let me see what I can do. Maybe I can
Yeah.
talk to the higher up and see what's going on. Go there next day. Hey, this person that just applied, really good friends with my girlfriend. She's actually a really good worker. She's actually very cool, very nice. She does things when she's told.
Mm-hmm.
I think she'd be a great fit. All right, cool. We'll put her at the top of the list. Done.
That's what I'm saying. Like it could have easily have gone a whole different direction.
Oh, yeah.
But because you're not being a nice person and because you're being evil, I guess is the best way to put it.
Miserable.
Yeah, and you're
I just-
making everybody else around you miserable. Then
I just don't understand why do people seem like the people that are just miserable in life. They just never find a reason to be happy or smile or to be even like to even have like common human decency with people. It's like, what do you gain from being miserable? Like, what do you possibly gain from just being such a sad and angry person all the time? Like, you get nothing.
no.
Like, no one wants to be around you. No one wants to interact with you. Like, I hate to say, you'll have no friends. Like, no one wants to be affiliated with you. It's like, for what? Just to feel like you've got like control and power. It's like, for what? It does nothing.
I mean, again, like it's just one of those things where I'm glad the boyfriend stuck up for her, like his girlfriend, and went, I'm gonna do something about this. And like he works there, like he can definitely switch the
Switch the how the turntable.
yeah, how the turntables. Yeah, he could definitely make her life,
Hell.
yeah. Well, even if here's a thought too, what he could have done also is made her life hell if she got hired.
Yeah, I was
But then
thinking
she's
that.
in.
I was like, but then she's in, and like she might just be like but he also might not like ever like be in the warehouse department. He might be working in a completely separate unit that has
Yeah.
nothing to do with that. So he probably would never see her.
Yeah. It's a risk that I don't know if you're willing to take because
Yeah, at
now
that point,
you're
it's not.
working at the company.
Right, the person that your girlfriend. But now, what kind of sucks too is like now OP like knows that his girlfriend's gonna be working with this person forever. Now it's like that kind of sucks.
No, I think
Or at least until she finishes her last year. But it's like that's a whole year. You gotta put up with this chick. Like, come on.
I mean, But
what he could have done is
it's
like,
kind of worth it. It
what
could be worth it.
what he could have done is like, yo, like hire her, but then like give her like a week and be like, yo, you're doing terrible, get out of here, you're done.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that would have been way pettier, but no, I appreciate he at least like was like, yeah, like you don't want her, she just caused trouble. It's like, okay, bad, cool, thank you.
Yeah. Again, eventually, like that attitude is gonna get too much and too annoying for management, probably.
Oh yeah, oh absolutely.
And she's probably going to get fired or quit.
That's just wild though, man. Like how some people can just be so just, I don't,
Mean.
I don't get it, man. I mean, I even have customers, like we have the same customer that comes in like at least 4 or 5 times a week, doesn't say a word. He just comes in, hey, how you doing? Just walks past you, will sit at a whatever open table. He'll tell you what he wants to order. That's it. And we try, hey, how's your day going?
Some people
Coffee.
just
It's like,
don't want to interact, and I would almost rather have that kind of person because it's just like they just know what they want. They don't really want too much interaction, but they're not really being. They're not going out of their.
they're not being mean, but they're just being rude.
Yeah, they're being rude,
It's like
but not mean.
someone's trying to have a conversation with you. It's like, okay, like if you don't want to converse with anyone, here's an idea: stay home, make your own food. Don't go out in public where you have to interact with people. You know what I'm saying?
Whereas, well, and that's the thing. Like they're just being rude. It sucks, but those are more dealable people
They are,
sometimes
but
compared to this person's like going out of their way to be like actually not just rude but mean and like deliberately.
But see, but that's what I'm saying though. It's like if you don't like interacting with people, then why would you, like for this person's like case, like why would you get a job where you have to interact? It's like, well, there's no other jobs out there. Find something. You can find something where you don't have to interact with people. Be a dog walker.
There's a lot of jobs now because of the pandemic that a lot of people work from home now. They don't really interact with customers, or like you said, there's probably a lot of jobs out there that deal with like behind the scenes or with animals that not necessarily coworkers or actual humans. It's animals. There's volunteer things that you probably could do instead, and quieter things. I'm sure like even the library has jobs available.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's like very probably low interaction, I would say, with people.
It depends.
But
I don't know. I still don't understand. Like,
could be wrong.
I just don't understand people. I really don't.
We'll never understand why.
People are just people are just
do the
crappy,
things
dude. People are just gross.
I don't know.
People are gross. I don't like people. I love you guys. I just don't like other people though, you know?
But these like revenges are kind of almost like that karma. Like,
Yeah, definitely.
that justice.
Swift justice.
Yeah. That like sometimes like you need in this world to be like, yeah, people get what they deserve sometimes. They'll learn.
All right. I got one more for us.
Okay.
It's a very short one, very simple, but I do have a story that goes along with it myself.
Okay. I like this.
So this was posted a year ago, and it's called Costco Revenge.
Oh man, Costco. I do like a good Costco though.
You know what? Before we go on, have you been to Sam's Club ever?
Yes, actually.
I've never been, and I feel like I need to go one day.
It's like a Costco.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Apparently they sell different stuff though.
What?
Apparently they sell different stuff.
They do. I think because it's almost like a Target and a Walmart.
Yeah, kind of just smashed together.
Yeah. It's kind of, you know how like certain companies have different products. It's basically that. Like they're Costco and Target. I'm sure they have similar overlapping products.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they do have like their individual ones that are like, oh, it's only sold here and it's only sold here.
Yeah.
Like, so
Okay.
yeah, it's exactly, I would say it's very close to a Costco
Okay.
warehouse kind of like style.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. All right. Costco Revenge.
Okay.
I wasn't there, but my mom told me this story. My mom accidentally ran into someone's heel with her cart in Costco. We all know that hurts. My mom was the nicest lady ever and started apologizing profusely, but the guy was just nasty. Cussed her out so loud, and my mom stayed calm and apologized some more, but finally had to walk away when he just kept berating her. Later, when she got to the checkout, a couple approached her snickering and trying not to bust up laughing. My mom was confused until they conspiratorially told her, we saw how bad you felt for running into that guy and saw how nasty he was to you. And then we saw him leave his cart to go grab something. So we took his cart way over to the other side of the store and he's going crazy looking for it. My mother, despite being the nice lady, nearly died laughing.
Oh my goodness. I would say that this is definitely just like that petty revenge aspect.
But see, what's the best part is like some random couple just like swoop. They're like, hold on, swoop in, grab that, just take off. And that's, oh my God, yes. That is exactly what I would have done.
Yeah, you're right. The moral or the highlight of this story is it's not even her.
No, it's a couple, some random couple that just saw that they're like, nah, screw that. Like, we're gonna make this right. Hold on, just steal this car, no worries.
It's not even
That's
like
so
that they
good.
stole like because he didn't buy he's still in the store, so it's not like they actually stole like already sold items. He probably doesn't have any personal things in the cart or anything. So the fact that they were just like, yep, we're just gonna put it over here. It's so just.
It's like, yes.
It's so, I don't know,
rewarding.
rewarding.
That's it. Like, karma's great.
Yeah, see, I'm telling you, sometimes it doesn't take much to like make somebody's day and just be nice. Because I will say, getting hit with a cart though
Hurts.
it does hurt. But some people really don't mean it.
No, of course. I mean, if you're that kind of person that's walking around like a Target or Walmart, you're like, it's like, okay, like, you're just a garbage human being. Like, get out of here. But obviously, someone's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I was not paying attention. I didn't see you. It's like, okay, you should just get over it. Like, it happens. He didn't run you over. You didn't have a friggin' like tower or stuff fall on top of you. Like, he hurt your heel. Get over it. Walk it off.
Yeah, sometimes it just like happens, and especially with kids, I feel like
kids are even worse.
They just they don't understand yet.
They can't see over the car. They're trying to look through the car, and they're like, you know what I mean?
They don't understand. I feel like it has happened. It will happen. It's something that you kind of just have to know about. But yeah, the fact that you apologize, the fact that
the dude just did not let it go.
But that couple coming in,
swooping in like, excuse me, like, we got you.
Yeah.
So here's a story.
So now you have your own Costco store.
It's not a Costco. It's like a Jewel or a Walmart.
Okay, so a different.
So this was when I was younger. I was probably like 17, 16, you know. And I was like, my parents were like, hey, we need you to run to the store real quick. I'm like, all right, sure, whatever. So I'm going to the store. It's Walmart. I think it was a Walmart, and it was like busy, right? Okay. So I grabbed a few things, but I didn't grab a cart because I'm like, oh, whatever. I just needed like a couple things, you know.
Yeah.
Of course, you know, my parents called like, hey, we need more things, and I'm like, okay, how much more? And they like listed like 20 more. I'm like, all right, whatever, fine. So I was in like the chip aisle or something. I see a cart there. And I saw it had like 3 items in it. I'm like, okay.
You took the cart.
Hold on, no, hold on. So I left it. I'm like, okay, you know what? Maybe I should just get my own. So I went to go grab a couple more things in my hand, and I'm like walking past, and like I walked past that cart like 5 minutes later, it's still there. So I'm like, okay, maybe it doesn't belong to it. Maybe it was like someone was like restocking shelves or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, sometimes like I think
they stock something, they get a call, they leave for a second. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, because this is before like the whole pick up and go kind of thing. Like they didn't have these fancy carts, and it was just they used whatever cart they had, threw everything
in there, just like, all right, let's go. Here, let's go. Right.
I remember that.
I'm like, okay. I remember what was in there. It was like a bottle of like prunes, like I think it was like baby powder or something like that, and then like a box of Band-Aids. It was like the 3 or most random items in there.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, so I just take them out and I just put them on a shelf, put all my stuff in there, and just start walking away, right?
Yeah. Oh, somebody came back.
Sure enough, like I get to the end of the aisle, I went to go turn the corner, and I like literally heard like, and it was like an older man.
Oh, what? How could you do that?
It was like a dude in his 70s. He was just kind of like shuffling.
Oh.
He's like, has anyone seen my car? I'm like, what do I do? I'm like, I felt so bad. I'm like, oh no. I just walked away because I didn't want to be like, yeah, he stole it.
You could have just been like, "Oh, sir, like if you don't mind, I think they took it away because like."
I was going to, but I would have started like laughing because I've been like so awkward about it.
Oh.
I corrected it. It was like he was just carrying like a small like 1 liter bottle of like Diet 7 Up or something. That's all he had.
Oh, okay.
So I went and I'm like, hey, like, do you need help with something? He's like, I'm just trying to find my card. I'm like, oh, well, like, do you need anything else? He's like, no, it's just, I'm like, oh, here, put it in my car. I'm about to go pay right now so I can help you bring your stuff. So I brought his stuff with me. He's like, oh, thank you. And we talked for like 5 minutes and he just grabbed his stuff and left. I was like, okay.
Okay, so it wasn't
I fixed it, but I was just like,
maybe he didn't realize what he needed, so he grabbed a card thinking
yeah, and he's like, oh, let me go grab one more thing. And then he like went to go like again, he was like older, he was like shuffling like he couldn't like lift his legs up, and he had to go like 2 or 3 aisles down to the soda aisle to grab his like little 1 liter of 7 Up, and I'm like, oh no.
Well, you did make it up, so
I did. No, I did.
Dude, just leave him stranded.
I literally just stole this like 75-year-old dude's car. And I was like,
oh, how could you?
I know. I'm a terrible person, but I fixed it.
You did make up for it.
I did, but I think I actually did tell him. I was like, I think it was like when we were paying, I was like, can I help you to your car? Because I'm not going to lie to you. I was the one that stole your car. And he's like, oh, well, that's okay. At least you're like, next one's come back. I'm like, I just feel so bad. I wasn't going to tell you, but I felt so bad not telling you. He's like, it's okay. At least you're honest. I'm like, I almost lied to that.
Oh my God. You can even hold it in here.
I felt so bad, dude. He was like a foot shorter than me. He's like walking like this. And I'm like, bro, I'm not going to lie to this dude.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I felt so bad. But you know what? Hey,
it happened.
I made up for it. We became good friends. I did help him to his car.
Good.
I helped him get in. He took off, and I was like, "Hey, have a good one." I don't know. I can't remember his name. I think it was like Henry or Harry. I can't remember.
Like 10 years ago.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm almost 30, so it was like 13, 14 years ago now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm old. But all's well that ends well, though.
Yeah.
He was okay. So. Good. He made it home safely, so
I'm glad you told us this story.
I had to. It's been sitting in my gut for years. I had to tell somebody about it.
It's pretty funny.
That poor old man. Just stole a scar. But anyway, I think we're gonna end it off here.
I like that.
A couple of the stories are a little longer, but we've already reached our time, unfortunately. Do you have anything you would like to add before we shove off? No,
actually. I think I like some of these just like shorter, to the point, kind of petty revenge ones. We just want to do a different Reddit
a Reddit post story.
Yeah. I think can switch over back to By the Assholes, or
we will, but
a combination of thereof.
Right. If you guys enjoyed the petty revenge ones, and if you guys enjoy our personal stories that like the one I just told here, if you guys enjoy some of our goofy stories, please let us know in the comments. We love to share things. I've got hundreds of stories of things that I've done. Like if you guys want to know about the one time I broke into a crematorium and got pulled over by a Navy cop, hey, let me know. I'll gladly tell you, but that's the story for another time.
I don't have as many fun stories as you. I feel like
you are a very sweet, sheltered child, my love.
And that's okay.
But that's why I love you, though.
Yeah.
You're the best.
Thank you.
Of course. Secret word and or phrase. What are we doing today? What?
I was just gonna think like shopping cart.
Shopping cart lifter. Nah, shopping cart.
Shopping cart thief.
Cart thief.
Cart thief. There we go. Cart thief.
If you guys made it up to this point of the video, make sure you guys type in cart thief in the comments down below. If you guys are not subscribed to the YouTube channel, make sure you guys click on that big red subscribe button. If you guys want to know when our videos are going live, make sure you hit that bell notification right next to it. Make sure if you guys also like this video, make sure you give us a big old thumbs up. We would really appreciate it. It helps push the content more further out so other people like you can enjoy it. If you guys would like to check us out on other of our social medias, such as these ones, make sure you guys click on them down below into the comment section down below. In the little bio, we do have our beacons list on there. So I'll show you all the kind of different social medias we have on there. We are on Twitter, Instagram. We are on YouTube, obviously, TikTok. So we do post a lot of things on all of our pages. We're starting to post a little bit more as we go. Again,
Yeah.
enjoy yourselves. We hope you guys had a great episode here. You should enjoy the content we're putting out. We appreciate you guys coming in and watching us all the time. We love you. We appreciate you. Mwah. Little forehead kisses for all of you guys. And we'll see your beautiful faces in the next one. But until then, take care, you guys.
Bye.